Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I got a great comment from somebody named Darren, actually, a subscriber, and I want to talk about this today because it's very important. It's about the food crisis in our country and about food banks. And then I have a story myself to back up this story of Darren's, okay? He said, I thought maybe you could share this information to those in Ninja Nation that are getting prepared for this disaster in the fall. In November, my wife's friend told her, you should go to the food bank. They are begging for people to come. My wife told her, I'm sure we make way too much money and we want to leave that for people in need. She said, no, you don't understand. They are desperate for people to come because they have too much food. We are able to go to one that gives you food for a month, and this includes toiletries and pet food. The other one allows you to go twice a month. I've never eaten so good. This is what shows you that the economy is downturning. We are getting T-bone steaks at $60 and $65 salmon and other high dollar meats from Costco because people are not buying them and they are having to donate them to the food bank before they go bad. These are things that I would never have bought because I'm just too cheap and to look for a good deal. My wife asked one of the people there why they were having such a hard time getting rid of this and realized when my wife goes there, there's only 5 to 10 cars in line. They said it's because people do not want to be seen here. So people would prefer to not make the car payments, not make their house payments, and put their food on credit cards than being seen at a food bank, which is unbelievable. Thanks to this, we have not paid for groceries since November, and we have enough stockpiled in dried foods. Let me see, I just lost my thing. Canned goods, and in the freezer to last well over a year. Now, I'm sure we're going to get some interesting comments from this video, and I want to share a story about myself because I, for a period of time, worked at a food bank myself, and I experienced this exact same thing. What we did was we had a food bank out of our church, and I was helping every week. I would wait there for people to come and get stuff. We advertised, and what we found was that we would get all of these prepackaged, really high quality cheeses and meats. And at one point, the pastor asked me, hey, why don't you take some home? And I just laughed. I said, no, I don't need it. I've got enough. I have a great job. I don't need the help. And he says, you have to take it. Nobody's going to take this. And I said, no, seriously. Like, why? Who wouldn't take this stuff? I can't even afford this. These were exactly what he said. The high cuts of beef, expensive products. But they were being donated from stores like Trader Joe's and other grocery stores around because they did not, they weren't selling. They weren't selling the expensive cuts of meat. And so before they went bad, they would turn them into the food bank and then we would distribute them to the poor. He said something that's very interesting to me. He says, you would not understand until you've been here long enough that people that do not have money do not eat expensive cuts of meats, expensive cheeses. They have palates that long for mac and cheese and for cereals and things with lots of sugar. And he said, honestly, you watch. At the end of the day, we've got to get rid of this stuff because today's the last day. It's got to be gotten rid of, or we have to throw in the trash. And I do not want to throw this food in the trash. And sure enough, the people would come by. They had what do you want? And we would try and give them these. These are really expensive meats and cheeses. And they no. And they would like literally look at, well, how do I cook this? Do you cook it in the microwave? And well, that's not the best way. Like, just give me this and that. Let me mix something with water, throw it in the microwave, and call it good. And so we took it home and we ate it. And every week we would go there, and the same exact thing would happen. Now, this subscriber wanted to share this with you because there's one thing to try and feed the poor. It's another thing to watch food literally go into a dumpster. And I think that is absolutely a sin, quite frankly. I think it's just horrible. I think it's waste. And this person is saying, hey, you may want to go and check out your local food banks and see what's going on there and see if that's actually the case. I'd love to go check out a food bank. I don't even know where ours is right now. I know we tithe to one of our local food banks, so I guess I'll call them up and ask them if this is really happening. Maybe do a video, boots on the ground video for you guys. But I think it is very interesting. And if food is really going to waste and getting destroyed, they've got to get rid of it somehow. And you may find a way to be able to go and donate your time also to help at the same time where, hey, they're about to throw certain stuff away and say, shoot, I'll take it. And it's in a form, it's like almost like a form of a payment. You're working there helping to distribute this food and get the word out, but also you're making sure the food doesn't go to waste. And so I see why Daryl wanted me to share this. I think it's very important. And I wanted to share that story with you because I think that is very important as well, because it blew me away. I was just like Daryl. I was in his position helping at this food bank, and I'm not going to take the food. And it's not like we took a lot, but it did blow me away. And here, for the one of the first time, I would honestly say the first time in my marriage, I was eating the finest cuts of meat, and because I couldn't afford it myself, and I wouldn't go pay for it, so I could see why the grocery stores were having to throw it away. Um, or donate it. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you because I think it's very important. I thank Daryl for that comment. So guys, that being said, put down the comment section if you find anything at your local food bank. What's going on at the food banks? Are they having spoilage? Are they throwing things away? Because I think it's very interesting and important for us to know. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.